Hello, everyone, and welcome to The Vortex, where lies and falsehoods are trapped and exposed. I'm Michael Voris. Now, as you know, for the past few days, we've been talking about the death of Western civilization, which has inspired some discussion around the studio with some younger members of the staff. After all, this dead civilization is what they are inheriting, so we've asked them to come on and help clarify something, and that something is that Western civilization was built on the Catholic truth that Jesus Christ is God and that He is the center of man's reality.
This truth establishes the guidelines by which we interact with each other.
For example, before the dawn of Christianity, brutality ruled the day, the gladiator games and amphitheaters throughout the Roman Empire being a prime example.
Slavery and torture were accepted as routine, as entire civilizations were vanquished and wiped out.
But then Christianity arrives on the scene with a compassion for the human person understood as it had never been understood before.
Catholics went into plague-stricken areas of the cities and cared for the dying. Deformed newborns who were left by their Roman parents for the wild beasts to devour were adopted by Catholics.
These actions were all motivated by the Catholic theological truth that everyone, the deformed, the diseased, the elderly, everyone is made in the image of God and has an inherent dignity that must be respected in both law and culture.
So as the church spread throughout the empire, slowly this theological truth became the underpinning for laws against a host of brutal practices like organized murder and slavery.
Marriage was no longer seen as a man owning a piece of property, but instead was seen as a relationship that mirrors God's love for His people.
In short, the Roman Empire was baptized by the church, and a new civilization came into being.
That new civilization is what we have known as Western civilization, complete with laws and customs deriving from Catholic Church teachings for nearly 2,000 years.
It should be no surprise that once Christianity became established, the gladiator games were outlawed.
The institution of slavery came to be abolished in Catholic-controlled lands.
And in their place, the barbarian tribes were civilized by Catholic monks. Universities came into existence.
The beautiful architecture of a new civilization became evident all over a continent. The arts became established.
Society flourished. Man came to harness the power of nature like never before. The intellectual life exploded, and the sciences excelled.
All of this owing to the Catholic Church. So when historians say that the Catholic Church built Western civilization, that statement is fact.
All of the temporal achievements of man in the West were accomplished through the Catholic faith's central holding.
That holding is that man is made to the image and likeness of God, and we are therefore related not just to each other, but to each other in union with God.
And it is precisely because this central truth has been rejected that the civilization is dead.
I'm Alexis Sheely.
I'm Dean Masuda.
And I'm Michael Voris.